Greetings. The collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love. What we want you to know at this moment is to settle into a place within your own existence, within your own space, within your own essence, for a transmission from the Pleiades. A greeting from the Pleiadian Council of Nine. For we bring you this transmission on this particular day. For all that are gathered and all that are gathered throughout this planet that you exist on, you are gathering for a reason. For all of your consciousness has brought you together this evening for this transmission, for this understanding. For many of you have encircled yourselves with many around you, many other individuals of higher vibration, many individuals of lower vibration. This existence that you exist within, this humanity that you are, is one that is purposeful, but yet it isn't based on this vibrational status that you understand yourselves as. For this vibrational status is one that you've complicated your existence with, of understanding where you are in your own humanity. This vibrational status of higher and lower vibrations is one to allow the humanness to have a framework of understanding in their own perspective. But it is to understand as you move forward in this coming year and the next and the next and the next. This vibrational concept must be set aside. This understanding of vibrational constructs, higher vibration and lower vibration, for it is all one vibration. For many of you understand this information that is brought to you, to the humans, some time ago, this understanding of the one, the vibrational aspect of one, the all. It is all the same. As you move forward in your human existence, vibrational forces are all going to equalize. And this is the time now to begin this equalization process. It isn't to find yourself in a place in which there is a higher vibration or a lower vibration, but an equaling of vibration that is accumulative for all existence. For you are all, as humans, connected to all aspects of all galactic beings, all terrestrial beings, all existence. The quantum field is just one segment of understanding, for you are all connected to it. This understanding of separation through vibration is what is complicating your existence. So do not allow yourselves to sit with this understanding much longer, for humanity is on the move in their vibrational up-leveling as far as your ascension. But it isn't to understand it that this is where your humanness must rely on understanding vibrational separation. For ascension is an aspect of your existence. This has been in the works for some time. Ascension is that crossover, that up-leveling of your consciousness, your physicality, and the dimension and the realm in which you exist. So it isn't to find yourself toiling within your existence now of where you are placed. Where am I in line? When is it that my vibration will align to ascension point? For all humanity is going to ascend. It is a complicated aspect of your existence, but yet it is there in front of you. But do not have separation in this understanding of vibrational points, lower vibration or high vibration. For that, again, is just a construct by which the human mind process has to adhere to so that it has a belief in its own existence. For that is how the human itself has complicated its existence from the beginning of its period here on this planet. And this is something that's been in place from that point. this point of separation. But that point of separation is no longer needed. This, as you have crossed over into this new calendar year, you have to look at this new calendar year as a different aspect to a timeline. For all humanity has changed a timeline now, here, in this existent calendar period for the humanity of this planet. This is a changeover point of understanding. This is a changeover point in your consciousness. This is a changeover point for all vibrational status upon this planet. So as you move forward, it is to begin to look forward in your own belief systems in equalizing in all energy aspects. For the term a neutral aspect is most appropriate. A neutral aspect in vibration does not allow the humanness to observe the lower or the higher frequencies, but yet integrates it into one aspect of the humanness that is portrayed upon this planet. So as you move forward now in this calendar year and the next, it is beginning to settle yourself into a place in which your paradigm becomes evident, because the paradigm has shifted. Many of you have sensed this as you've crossed over into this new physical calendar year as human. It is understanding this calendar year is that changeover point. Many are beginning to see this in other humans, for those are the ones that have already ascended, and they are beginning to see what is there in that fifth dimensional plane, in that energetic field. And so as you move forward, it is to interact with them more and more, allowing their consciousness to intertwine with yours so you get a glimpse of what is ahead, preparing yourself for this next portion of your journey. For your journey is long, but your journey is there in front of you. Your journey, this life, these existences, all lives lived, here is an accumulation of it. You are the accumulation of all that has been. You as a collective of humanity, now, in this time period. This calendar year is that point. Many have been wanting to be in place. So it isn't to toil in the aspects of your political understandings. It isn't to toil in the humanness any longer. It is to settle within your own aspect of self and understand that you are an equalization force for all of consciousness, and this is the time period where it begins. A unifying aspect of humanity, a unifying aspect of consciousness. This is the time period in which you exist. So as you settle with your own understanding of your own depths of self, understand that it is this neutral aspect of understanding of what lies before you. For all of humanity is here on the other side. And now it is time for ascension. Many are beginning that crossover into that dimensional point. But do not question your place in line. Do not wonder where I am. Do not wonder if you have everything prepared, for it all takes place at the most appropriate time, just as you have orchestrated it. So we are here to help you understand this of your own existence. Moving forward, if you wish to call upon the Council of Nine, it is to reach out through just a pure conversation, and we will settle with you, and we'll bring you as you wish and as you ask. So it is now that we bid you peace, and we allow the collective to enter back in. The collective is present.
Thank you so much for your presence, and thank the Pleiadian Council of Nine, please. I wanted to ask a question of them before they departed. Do you still have a connection?
the connection is present.
It's interesting, why were the Pleiadians the ones to bring that message through?
For the vibrational alignment amongst all that are gathered here, as well as what is around the planet currently, is within a vibrational state of the Pleiades itself. Yes, even within your understanding of where it is placed within your celestial sky, it is this celestial alignment to vibration to humanity's consciousness at this point, in which it is ever present. And it is now that the message needs to be brought forward.
And I wonder, Kaylee O'Keefe's Pleiadian guide Atlas has been getting my attention all week. Was that coincidental?
For that is purposefully aligned so that you could begin the process of settling the Pleiades energy throughout you and William's existence.
Wonderful, thank you. Does the collective have an opening message also, or should we begin with questions?
Please begin with questions.
Thank you very much. Samantha C. has a question about free will versus destiny. She heard someone say that we plan 3 paths when we incarnate, the middle road being the most likely, but 2 alternate options also exist. Can you explain this concept, please? Is that accurate?
For here it is, you must understand your human construct. Free will, destiny, this understanding of your journey, your path, the center lane of it. For yes, if you wish to look upon it in a manner of it is a journey, it is a path, and on each side is a bit of a guide rail. One, the option is free will, and one is destiny. But the most likely, yes, is that center path. What is good destiny? What is the other? This aspect of free will. Free will is the inherent aspect of humans. This is the only existence upon the planets that you have in human form that has free will. This aspect of making your own choice regardless of the outcomes. You can do what you wish, even if it is outside the bounds of what you have contracted this journey on. You have to understand this path, this journey, this contract that you've made, and this aspect of free will. For if you are to take the path of free will and do what you wish that is outside the bounds of your path, the center lane, you will still end up in the center lane at some point on your journey. It is an ebb and flow of existence, because that is what you've contracted, that center lane. But you take on a human form that has choice. Your path is set to be at the ocean your entire life, but yet you're drawn to the mountains. You take free will and you say, I'm going to the mountains, I'm going to spend several years in the mountains, but yet you're always drawn back to the ocean. Even if it is in the case of an individual that has a path that they choose to do activities that are outside of the normal societal means. A criminal. That's free will. They choose that path, but yet at a certain point they enter right back into the center of their path. And then they may choose to step out of it again. But then destiny. What is destiny? Destiny is the vision of the end of your journey, whatever that might look like. Now, that destiny point, there are multiple journeys in that center path. You have a destiny to be this. You have a destiny to be around these people. You have a destiny to do these certain things. It's the outcomes. It may take free will to get to that destiny point. But again, eventually you'll be back on the center path, acquiring the destiny that is out in front of you. So it isn't to look at it as something that needs to be changed in one's life. For many completely understand this aspect of free will and destiny in a way in which they pay it no mind, because they know that they are currently in the center of their path, enjoying their existence, and it doesn't cloud the journey. But others focus on it to the point at which it becomes cumbersome. Is this free will, or am I actually on my path? Or is this destiny? Am I actually getting to the point at which I've made my choices? It isn't overcomplicated. Think of it as the guide rails of where you're headed and where you're going. Staying on the center path, but deviating from time to time to get to a certain thing, that's acceptable. That's why you're in a human form. Again, as it has been messaged over and over, this aspect of a human, this is the only existence like it, and it is here to enjoy every aspect of it. So enjoy being human.
Wonderful, thank you for that. Natalie S. wonders if she will soon find her avenue or source of financial security, and will it be clear to her when it happens?
For the journey, this path to financial freedom, being comfortable with, yes, the path is in front of you, you are out on it. So allow yourself not to be challenged by, am I, when will I, how will it be, but is understanding the journey, again, very similar. Free will, destiny. The destiny, yes, it is on your path. But it may take some free will to step outside the bounds, to allow yourself to experience other aspects of yourself in that journey, to bring you back to center, to have it be right in front of you. And you will recognize it. It won't be at the moment. It won't be at that aha moment, but it will be a moment of reflection. A point at which you'll just realize, well, I'm now comfortable. I didn't realize it at the moment, but now I am. I am realizing it. Because that is the most appropriate way of experiencing. Those moments that are those aha moments, those are to get your attention. Those are to get your attention to either get back onto the path or maybe take a deviation. Again, this life is about allowing it to flow comfortably to the point at which you don't recognize the changes until you sit and reflect. And you're filled with the abundance of gratitude that it is in place.
Lovely, thank you for that. MJ wonders if her youngest son will be moving back to California alone, and what does he need to know at this time, please?
For yes, the move is at hand, and there is a very short window that there is the, let it be known as a bit of isolation. This is purposeful. But it is, once the feet are settled, the mind will follow and settle, and there will be an opening within the journey, within the path, of a number of intersections. Now, these intersections are individuals for potential relationship. But it isn't a focus on the intersections and the individuals. This moment now is for self. This moment, this journey, this path, this is for self, for change, for a bit of awareness. So yes, the path that is in front is at hand, and the change is at hand, the travel is at hand, but the relationships are just a bit in the distance because it is for self first, to settle, get the feet grounded, and then all begins to fall into place.
Thank you for that. Kathy L. wonders why her stepsister has returned and what does she need to know, please?
For this aspect of the stepsister, it must be looked upon as one that is both individuals are a bit of a mirror to one another. And it is to understand this mirroring aspect is to be the catalyst that deepens not only an inter-reflection of self and relationship with self, but also opening a path of greater relationship with one another, which then leads to a greater opening within the family itself. So it begins with the two. It will be a bit challenging at first, but it is this mirroring aspect, and this is the reason. Both of you have agreed to this at that divine level. But it is understanding it within the human level that may be a bit challenging at first, but once it settles, you'll begin to understand the power that is between the two.
Excellent, thank you. In a friend's session, the client was shown a vision of herself as an extraterrestrial, programming and adjusting an incarnation crystal in a human to get the heartbeat correct because that human life would be challenging. What is an incarnation crystal, please?
Before you understand that the human body itself has a crystalline structure within it. The DNA is one structure, the crystalline structure that is the vibrational source points within the physical body. Incarnation crystals, they are think of it as the seed crystal, that is the point at which the soul essence, if you wish to understand it that way, enters into the seed crystal. And it needs to be fully online before the full birthing process. Now, complications can take place, but adjustments externally can be put in place to adjust the incarnation crystal to amplify and resonate it at its most potential so that moving forward, the life that is within is the strongest it can be. Now, the adjustment in that is a bit difficult, but once the adjustments are made, then a settling takes place over time. Think of it in your own human experiences as you become aware of your own crystalline structures within your own body and your understanding of your DNA and how it can be shifted. And you begin to find yourself in a very uncomfortable place within your own physicality. That is because the crystalline structures are being realigned and your physicality has to catch up. This is very similar within a newborn or a young child, as that crystal is settled and that crystal is amplified and that crystal is brought online to its fullest potential. The body itself has to adjust to it. And this will begin to show some discomfort, but in time a settling will take place. And that is where you'll begin to see the most significant growth, not only physically, but energetically.
Thank you. Are there particular beings that work with that crystal to tune the human like that?
For there are a number of variables depending upon the human parents, but also in the alignment to the child itself. There could be a number of different galactic beings that are working alongside many of the terrestrial beings. The terrestrial beings are going to hold the space, the physical space, the earth plane space, and the galactic beings are going to be the ones that are working within the humans as far as the parental unit as well as the child unit. So in this case, a varying number of Arcturians, Pleiadians, Syrians, Lyrans, and Orions are present.
Wow, thank you for that. Lauren G. wonders how she can assist her son H with his anxiety and emotional issues, please.
It's beginning to visualize these aspects of the human form. This occurrence within the human form. Do not think of it as a human construct. Think of it as a vibrational construct. Think of each one of them as being a separate vibrational frequency that are all trying to interlace with one another. This interlacing is causing interference within the physical body. So, from a physical standpoint, there isn't much that needs to be done. It is from the energetic standpoint that you begin to separate this. You begin to separate the interlacing of them so that each one of them is vibrating within its own separate, say, column. Now, this is more for visualization within the human construct so you understand the vibrational forces at play. But as you can visualize them being within one column, you begin to work with each one of the vibrational forces separately, adjusting them accordingly to the human's vibrational standpoint. So it is one, to assess the human vibrational standpoint and understand where is the human vibrational standpoint, where is that baseline frequency, if it were, and how is it vibrating with this individual. Now that baseline frequency set is where you begin to work with the other aspects, these conditions, if it were, and they are vibrating in separate containers, and you begin to work with them at the baseline frequency level to bring them into harmony within each one, as well as the body. This will take some time, but this is the first stage of beginning to settle the humanness in this vibrational field because of the discordance between all of the different vibrational forces that are interlaced together within the physical body. But it is to take your time, be in a place of intention, of understanding that each one is to have its own separate column and you are to work with it separately over time.
Wonderful, thank you for that. What can you tell Lisa M. about the strange phone call she received recently about activating her energy healing abilities and the bright white light?
Yes, from the human standpoint, it is quite strange of a call. But if you begin to look at this strange call from a different perspective, that it is a call from yourself, your own vibrational self, though it is through someone else, you are calling yourself to give yourself recognition that this is you, this healing ability, this healing aspect, this healing self. And you needed that to understand, to begin the inquiry, if that's possible. What is all of this? Now the white light, this is an aspect of self. This is the truest, purest aspect of self. Some understand it as the I am, that presence that is you. And you needed to be shown this for remembering. Now you take another stance and you look at it from a different perspective and you begin to see that you are presenting this to yourself. Now you begin to understand it from a deeper point within self to begin to express it outwardly. Now, it is to take some time to adjust into this understanding of self, this I am field. And it is to present to yourself each morning in the mirror, speaking to that I am presence. This begins to amplify that aspect of healing within self. And this begins to bring on a remembrance of self, the true nature of self. And you begin to explore from that point forward. But it is reminding yourself of that I am presence, that white light that you are, that existence that is here now. So do not think of it as a strange, intriguing call when it is actually yourself speaking to you about who you are.
Lovely, thank you. Is there a message for the Drew family, Alex, Maria, and Sophia Rose, for 2025? Something they should focus on or be aware of, please?
For as you process this calendar year, it is to have a place of unity, a place of gathering, a place of understanding that all is one. Yes, there are many fragments within the family structures, but as you begin to focus on these fragments, it is to begin to weave them together. Weave them together for presence for self. Weave them together for presence as a family. Weave them together as one unit, as you are and as you have for yourselves. This weaving of energies will become very crucial mid-year. For as the mid-year draws close, you'll begin to sense a change in some of the aspects of family. Neither good nor bad, but different aspects. These aspects are an opening. These aspects are a processing. But you've already woven it all together, so it will be easy for you to mingle your energies. And it is a healing that will take place. So as you move forward, it is to keep that perspective. For you have united together as one. Though you are three separate individuals, the energy itself is one uniting energy. And it is by the threads of that uniting energy that you weave together all aspects of all families as one whole.
Wonderful, thank you. In last month's message, Wendy was told regarding the portals and vortices that she's working with, once activated, they will be in presence for her. What does that mean exactly? And is there something further she needs to do or some sort of technique or visual, please?
For visualization is one to begin to, even at this point, begin to see energies a bit differently. Just there at the corner of your eyes, you're going to begin to sense shifts in energy. It'll be as if it is just a mere mirage off in the corner of one eye. It'll be as if you're seeing just a glint of an energy field. This is how you begin to practice understanding what you're going to begin to see as far as vortices and portals. Once you begin to understand this here in the peripheral, all humans must understand this, the peripheral is the point at which your physical eyesight can no longer physically see, and you are sensing. You are sensing with the optic nerves, you're sensing with the optic fibers and the vibration of the optics. And this is why many begin to see here in the peripheral before they see out in front of them, because they are training themselves here before it is present here. So this is the practice to take on. And do this throughout your day. Just sit for a moment and allow your gaze to be forward, but yet focus just on that peripheral side of your vision. And you may begin to see just a shimmer, a glint, maybe even a quick burst of light. This is priming you. Now, how you move forward from here as they begin to show themselves and you begin to be in presence with them. Here too, it is adjusting your physicality. Here it is to begin to just sense. There in the wilderness, find a place and just stand. Be in presence with self. Focus inward with your energy so it begins to amplify. As it begins to amplify, allow your arms to go out and hold. And allow them to be the receiving points of energy. And just begin to twist just a bit about. This is sticking your arms into the energetic fields that are always present. And you'll begin to sense an amplified field. Your fingers may begin to tingle. You may feel a warm spot. You may even feel a breeze when there is none. And allow yourself to move in that direction. You become a divining rod for this energy. But it is attuning yourself in this process. It is allowing yourself to fine-tune all the reception points within the physicality.
Great advice. Thank you for that. Samantha K says, a golden dragon with yellow highlights recently came into her awareness. Can you tell her about the dragon, its name, and how to interact with it, please?
For the name is for you to discover, the name is for you to place. That is the first message. How to interact, how to be in presence with it, how to adjust yourself to it. For do not look upon it as being something more special than any other being that has been present with you. Whether that's an angelic being, a galactic being, a Terra being, it does not matter. Honor it as such. Allow yourselves to equalize, to be in presence with one another. Do not look upon it as being much bigger or stronger than you, but look at it, eye to eye. Embrace it. Allow yourself to fall into emotion with it. Allow yourself to be immersed in it. That is how to come into presence with it. That is how to interact with it. That is how to manage this aspect. Now, what you are witnessing, this dragon, this is a powerful energy that is going to aid you moving forward. Think of it as a bit of a, if you wish, a bit of a guard dog for you. One that steps out before you as you are journeying, as you are traveling, as you are going about your business. Allow it to be out in front of you. Send it out before you to just clear that path. Make everything aware that you are making your presence known. For it is that is this connection that you have. For you are going to be journeying much, and this is going to be someone that is going to be with you in this journey. So, make relationship with it. But the naming, that is for you. This is where the personalization comes from. Names can be given, but names itself, from here, are most honored.
I could use a guard dog dragon.
If so, allow yourself and the dragon that is assigned to you to be of such.
Is my black dragon still around?
For it is, and it has always been. If you wish, for all that have dragons with them, you can assign them at any mission if you wish. It doesn't always have to be the same mission, for they are there for you. They are there for you to work with. You can assign them any mission you wish. Allow them to do your bidding, for they are there for you.
And is my black dragon still young?
For young, as far as within the human age range, yes, but within the density that it exists in, that age point is much more grand than the human time frame.
I think when it was introduced, it was a juvenile, though.
Yes, from your perspective as a human, that's what it would be perceived as.
Wonderful, thank you. Aileen wonders what she needs to know about how to best move ahead in her future now that she's been laid off, and is this part of her Ascension plan, please? For first, it is to address Ascension plans.
It is understanding this point of ascension, yes, it is upon humanity. But is it something you must make plans for? Is it something you must pack a bag and be ready for? No. Ascension is going to happen regardless, no matter where you are and when you are and what you are doing. It'll take over. It'll be there at that moment. You'll wake up and something will be just slightly different, and you'll begin to integrate into that new aspect. So there isn't anything to plan for, there isn't anything to prepare for, other than just being. Now, what is in place as far as this aspect of your employment? Now, within your own higher self, you've understood where your placement is within that, and you've already put that in motion. Now, it has been laid before you. Now, it is time to take your own approach. For you have this understanding within self of what you wish to be doing, and how you wish to be doing it, and where you wish to be doing it. Now, you have freedom to begin that exploration. You have freedom to begin to advance down that path. Now remember, is that the center? Is that free will? Is that destiny? See, this is where it becomes complicated. You don't know for sure, but it is trusting that you have placed this before yourself, this laying off, so that you have the freedom to move forward exactly how you've already planned and structured it. So now it's to take advantage of that. It isn't to sit and wallow in the fact that I do not have a job, I do not have this at hand. You have all freedom at hand. You have everything that you have already requested of your higher self to put in place. Here it is. Now it's time to take charge.
Amazing, thank you. Debbie W. wonders what insight you can give her about the dream that she had on Sunday night with the sphere and the monkey.
For the aspect of the sphere is one of an energy, yes, but it is the carrier, the transportation, if it were, that you step into, a sacred chamber, however you wish to look at it, but it is that transports you no matter where you wish to go. The monkey, this is the aspect of childlike freedom, the aspect of exploration, the aspect of being able to do and go where you wish. Just as the monkey, from treetop to treetop, swinging from tree branch to tree branch, going through life easily, with freedom. Yes, with choice of which branch to go to, but yet with freedom to do so. So this sphere that you are in, it transports you no matter where you wish to go. You work within it. Now it is understanding, it is that sphere that has encompassed you throughout this lifetime. And it is the freedom that you have moved about, but you're not recognizing it. In this lifetime, there have been many choices, and you feel as if it has been a bit of a struggle with many of them. But yet, step back, observe from that point within the sphere, and you'll see that you've actually moved through them quite fluidly, with ease, with freedom. So it is embracing this aspect of this point of freedom in your existence, this chamber of energy in which you exist, and beginning to amplify that in your own existence, for your own journey, for your own path, in everything that you do. For it is that you have created in this lifetime. It is now beginning to recognize it in self and allowing that freedom of flow to take place.
Fantastic, thank you. And Kathy P. wonders what her guides want her to know regarding her awakening journey, please.
Much is going to be processed. Much is going to be opened for you. For there's a physical opening, there's also an energetic opening. That has been taking place for some time. You've been feeling this. But see, there's a shift within the physical body that is going to open many more energetic chambers that, if you wish to say awakening, that is appropriate. But the awakening has already taken place. This is more of a resurgence of all of those energies, a remembering of all of those points, a knowing of self that settles oneself, that opens one's perspective, that allows all of the gifts that have been bestowed upon you in this lifetime to be present once again. You've had these experiences, but yet the human itself has set those aside. The human has been challenged. There's going to be change within the human form that is going to begin to unlock much for you. This is why it is a resurgence, a remembering. So set aside the understanding of awakening. If you wish to call it reawakening, that is appropriate, because you are going to be re-emerging as a new energetic being. You've sensed these movements, but yet you feel trapped within the physical body. The physical body itself is going to shift. There's no longer a sense of being trapped. You can begin to express yourself within the full divine strength of who you are.
Wonderful, thank you. Before we close, are there any parting remarks from the collective?
For it is remembering this human essence, this human that you portray here on this planet. It is honoring this human. It is remembering that it has brought you thus far, no matter the challenges, no matter what has taken place. But you purposely have chosen this life during this time period. And it isn't by chance that you've placed yourself here. Yes, it has been said over and over again that only the strongest come to this planet. Well, it is only the strongest that come to the planet now, because humanity is evolving. Look around. Do not look with your human eyes, but look around. Do not look at what you see through your human eyes, but look around in your heart and understand that all of the divine beings upon this planet, there is change. There is change within them. There's something different with them. Though they may not fully understand it, it is change. It is awareness. It is awakening. It is consciousness. This isn't by any mistake. For humanity has brought you to this point. All of humanity, all existence has brought you to this point. That's why you've chosen this lifetime now, to be part of this experience, to be part of change, to change consciousness around the planet, to allow ascension to take place as it is meant to be. Allow humanity to ascend into a dimensional point at which many of the struggles will be left behind. You'll begin to understand this in a short amount of time. Much is going to be revealed in a short amount of time. And this isn't a revelation of your humanness and all of what humans have done, but a revelation of where you've come from, who you are as a divine being, and why this planet exists. For that is all there in front of you. Many of you are getting glimpses of it already. So as you move forward in this time period of this calendar year, it is finding time to reflect on this human experience and honor it. And then once you've honored this one, begin to honor all of the lives that you've lived and be grateful for each one of them, because that is what brought you here in this life.
Outstanding. Thank you so very much for your presence today.
Thank you. And as always, the collective is here for your information, knowledge, and love.